Good day, future nurses. And now let's proceed to your discussions all about the substance abuse and the substance dependence. Okay, let's talk about the substance abuse. When we say substance abuse, that is a use of a substance for other than its legitimate medical purpose, while on the substance dependence, that is physiological and psychological dependence of the body on a substance as evidenced by tolerance and withdrawal. So in the substance abuse, using a drugs or substance in a way that is not medically necessary or safe. So for example, taking too much of a medication or using it to feel good rather than to treat a health problem. While on the substance dependence, when a person's body and mind gets so used to a substance that they need more of it to feel the same effect. So meaning effect that is the tolerance and feel sick or uncomfortable without it, that is the withdrawal. So yun po yung substance dependence. Okay, let's proceed to the tolerance. When we say tolerance, there is a syndrome or a group of symptoms that is experienced by the patients when the amount of the substance is reduced or when the intake is stopped. So, meaning when a person needs to take more of a substance over time to get the same effect they used to get with a smaller amount. So, that is for tolerance. So, while in the withdrawal that is a set of symptoms that happen when a person stop using a substance they become dependent on. Next one, we have the alcoholism. Okay, so alcoholism, defined by the World Health Organizations, that is a chronic disease or disorder that is characterized by excessive alcohol intake and interference in the individual's health, interpersonal relationship, and economic functioning. So yung alcoholism natin anak, that is a long term. So meaning that is a chronic disease where a person drink too much of the alcohol that is causing the problem in their health, relationship, and ability to work or uh, manage money. So according to World Health Organization, alcoholism is considered present when the blood alcohol concentration reaches the 0.10% or 100 to 150 mg per dl. So which indicates a high level of alcohol in the bloodstream. So kung makikita natin, yan na po yun, considerations that is given by the World Health Organization, yung ating blood alcohol concentration. Okay, what happens at each level of intoxications? Okay, kapag 0 to 10%, 0 to 10 to 0.20%, that is a low coordinations, meaning there is a poor coordination and slowed reaction time. Nagkakaroon ng slurred speech and impaired judgment. Nagkakaroon siya ng difficulty walking or performing the task. In 0.20 to 0.30%, that is already have a presence of ataxia, meaning that is a loss of control over the body movements. There is a tremors, irritability, and confusions. And then we have your 0.30% and above, that is unconsciousness or passing out or pwede rin dangerously slowed breathing and heart rate, risk of coma or death due to the alcohol poisoning. Okay, there are phases of alcoholism. So we have first one, we have the pre-alcoholic phase that is start with a social drinking until the tolerance begins to develop. So meaning begins with a causal or social drinking. So tolerance starts to build. So this is need more to feel the effects. And then papasok na po yung prodromal phase, which is alcohol becomes a need, blackout occurs, and denial begin to develop. So, yung prodromal phase natin, drinkings become a habit and need and a need. Yan na po yun. And yung blackouts natin, nagkakaroon siya ng memory loss while drinking. And then, of course, here, the denial begins. So, yung person would not admit if there is a problem. And then we have your crucial phase, that is cardinal symptoms of alcoholisms develop. So, the key sign of alcoholism appears. So, andyan na po yung loss of control, obsessions with the alcohol. So, yung relationship, work, and health begin to suffer. And last one, we have the chronic phase. The person is intoxicated. Okay? Most or all of the day. So, nagkakaroon siya ng severe physical and mental deteriorations occurs. Okay. So, possible outcomes natin pag sinabi po natin alcoholism, number one, we have the brain damage. So, brain damage natin, it can be long-term. Alcohol use can lead to memory loss, poor judgment, and condition like Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome. Okay? And then we have your alcohol hallucinosis. So, a condition where the person hears, sees, or feel things that are not real. So, usually after heavy or prolonged drinking. And then we have your death. Oh, so, can result from alcohol poisoning, liver failure, accident, or long-term health complication like the heart disease. So, that is possible outcome of alcohol that is bad. Okay, so these are the common behavioral problems of alcoholic patients. Number one, we have the denial. So, denial refuses to admit there is a problem. Ano pang lumalabas? Dependency. They are relies on the others to meet the needs. And then we have your demanding, often irritable, and expect special attention. We have also here the destructive, may harm herself or himself, others, or property. And then we have domineering. So tries to control people or situations. That is common withdrawal. That is common for the behavioral problems of alcoholic patients. We have common withdrawal signs and symptoms. Number one here, we have hallucinations, which is the visual and tactile. And then nagkakaroon po ng increased vital signs, especially the blood pressure, heart rate, and temperature. And then we have your tremors, that is shaking hands or the body. And lastly, we have sweating or seizure, that refuse sweating or risk of seizure in severe cases. So yan po yung common warning signs and symptoms. Okay, let's talk about the long-term goals of care for alcoholic patients. So we have C is the community resource and support system. So connect the patient with Alcoholic Anonymous, rehab center, or social services for ongoing support. And then we have O, the other means of coping natin. Encourage healthy coping mechanism like exercise, hobbies, relaxation techniques, or counseling. And then we have letter P also, that is the personal decision to avoid alcohol. So help our patient commit to sobriety by recognizing triggers and making informed choices. And then also increase their self-esteem. So build their confidence through positive reinforcement, achievements, and therapeutic interactions. And then we have N, nutritions, that is increase in vitamin B, C, and carbohydrates. Okay, so correct the nutritional deficiency, especially the vitamin B1, which is the thiamine, to prevent the complications like Wernicke's encephalopathy. And then the third one, we have your group therapy. So support recovery through shared experiences, motivations, and mutual accountability in group setting. Okay, what are the nursing diagnoses? We have individual or ineffective individual coping. So our patient is unable to manage stressor, emotions, or behavior in a healthy way, often turning to alcohol instead. So the principle of nursing care natin dyan, number one, we have your provide a well-lighted room. So that is help to reduce the confusion, disorientation, and hallucination during the withdrawal. And then we have diet as tolerated. We ensure proper nutrition without overburdening burdening a sensitive stomach. And then we need also to monitor their vital signs, It is important for detecting the complications such as hypertension, tachycardia, or fever, because fever is the sign of withdrawal or delirium tremens. And then we need to administration of glucose or vitamin supplements, especially the thiamine, which is the B1, to prevent Wernicke's encephalopathy, along with vitamin C and glucose to support recovery and metabolism. And then drug of choice for aversion therapy, that is causes unpleasant physical reactions. So like the flushing, nausea, palpitations when alcohol is consumed, and discouraging the drinking. Okay, so yan po yung ginagamit na dilsuperan or antabuse. So yan po yung nagko-cause ng unpleasant physical reaction. Okay? Next one, instructions the client to avoid alcohol based on the substance 12 hours before giving the antabuse. Like what? Mouthwash. Okay? And then we have your over-the-counter cold remedies, food sauce and food sauces made of wine, fruit flavored extract, aftershave lotions, and vinegar, and your skin products. Okay. So skin products that contain alcohol like lotions or cream. Okay, these are the commonly used substance abuse. We have your stimulants, which is, as you can see, the physical signs and symptoms there. We have we have the weight loss, hyperactivity, increased vital signs, loss of appetite, and your euphoria. And the withdrawal effects here is the depression, irritability, and psychosis. So that is for amphetamines. And then we have your cocaine. Your cocaine naman, we have your perforated nasal septum and MI or respiratory arrest. And then the withdrawal effects here is the agitations and seizure. And then we have your narcotics. We have your heroin, codeine, and morphine. So PDI lang naman po ang kanyang physical signs, which is the pinpoint, pupils, drowsiness, and incoordinations. Okay, and then for the withdrawal effects, papasok na po dyan yung runny nose, impotence, and piloerections. Okay, and then we have your morphine. Okay, so yan po mga yon. Okay, wag po nating kakalimutan. And then your hallucinogen, which is LSD, and your PCP. So andyan naman na po. Our priority nursing diagnosis here is the ineffective individual coping. So the patient is unable to manage their stress, emotions, or behavior in a healthy way. So often relying on a substance to cope. Okay, and then the nursing intervention for our substance abuser, we have your behavior modifications. So yung utilization of firm and matter of back approach in interactions, avoiding judgment, encourage positive behavior, and set clear, achievable goals. So ang rationale lang po natin dyan is help our patients develop healthier coping mechanism and a more stable emotional response. And then we have your detoxification. That is the first step in rehabilitations. In detoxification, ensure that the detoxification is safely to manage or safely managed under the medical supervision. This is often the first step in rehabilitations. Ang rationalization ng Langyanak is removes the harmful substance from the body and prepares the patient for further treatment. So it reduces the risk of life-threatening withdrawal syndrome. And then, administer medication as ordered. So, administer prescribed medication to manage withdrawal symptoms or aid in the rehabilitation process. And then, antihypertensive or anti-anxiety stimulants for managing for the withdrawal-related elevated blood pressure, especially with the stimulant. Yung anti-anxiety medication naman natin na, syempre, used to manage anxiety and agitation that is common with stimulant withdrawal. At nagbibigay rin po tayo ng depressant. Okay? Often used for managing depression during the withdrawal from depressant like alcohol or benzodiazepine. So, yung medication natin help to manage the withdrawal symptoms and reduce the physical and